After this GQ, I think we're getting Cormani. What do you think? Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs, what's poppin'? It's your man's Harry Billion. Oh, y'all can go ahead and subscribe if you want to. I gotta go ahead and get to work, man, because Coach Prime Time, is on the cover of GQ. I'm gonna go ahead and start shooting my shot right away. Man, I don't cut my hair. I had to look a little fresh because my man's on the cover of GQ. Stop playing with me. When I told y'all, when I made the video and told y'all that Prime Time was moving culture, culture don't move him, he moves culture. Y'all thought I was playing, but y'all need to go back and watch that video. The dude is putting on a master class right before our eyes. He ain't playing. We'll get to the football in a second. I had to pull out a few of my fake jewelry to make sure that I was bleeding a low. I got a little something on. Come on now. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Go watch the GQ interview. My man sitting there talking about, look at here, look at here. I was never the one to look at somebody and talk about what he got on. I'm always the one that I'm going to make somebody look at themselves and think about their style. Like, yo, I'm going to make you look at your style to see what's going on with you. I ain't looking at you to change my style. He ain't playing. He's kicking butt and taking some names. What's your name? What? Let me calm down a little bit. How many coaches you know get on the cover of GQ? I'm going to use that Atlanta accent on this one. Come on now. What we talking about? What all them other coaches finna do? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And he in the Hall of Fame. Come on now. Hall of Fame for style. What? I told you. I made a whole video. Coach Prime always been ahead of his time. He was style. The man was setting trends when other people were following other people. He was like, nah, I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. Hello? I ain't trying to follow everybody else. No, sir. If I learn anything from Prime Time, from Coach Prime, you gotta be a trendsetter. You can't be following everybody else. You know how many times news come out about something else? I can't keep up. Nah. I'm gonna give you what I give you in my own style, all right? My wife is American and I'm African. African-American. Hello. Stop playing with me. Deion Sanders Masterclass of Culture and Influence. Go back and go watch that video. I gotta show me more love than that. Nah. I beat GQ to it. It's like I understood that GQ was about to drop what they was gonna drop, and I made this video ahead of them. I'm ahead of my time, guys. Let me shoot my shot because I don't told y'all this guy was moving culture, and apparently only 1,000 people agreed with me. The Hall of Fame of Fashion will get back to regular programming. Right now, I just wanted to drop this bag off and just give it to y'all. Boom, blah, bam. Hold this Louis bag. Hold this front cover of GQ bag real quick. We're going to deal with the football stats. And guess what? There's other people paying attention. Who don't want to be on a winning team? Guess who else we got coming in the pipeline? Cormani McClain. After this GQ, I think we're getting Cormani. What do you think? I'm going to turn my head around for this one. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, yo, young buck. Hey, yo, Cormani. Homeboy, let me holler at you real quick. Listen, man, you're going to go ahead and come on over here, and we're going to go ahead and get this bag together. All right? You already understand what's happening over here. There's going to be like 20,000 YouTube channels that put you on highlight every single day. Stop playing with me, bruh. There's a whole lot of creators that are dedicating their channels to this process. You want to come on over here because if you go over there and lay an egg, bruh, it ain't going to be exciting. What do y'all think is going to happen with Cormani McClain? I'm just saying, think about it. What do you think is going to happen with other recruits at this moment? All right, guys, so let's put this bag in perspective. I know it's not football, it's GQ. Like, what does GQ have to do with football? All right, here to go. You got all the bag riders and all of that stuff. Whatever. What does GQ have to do with football? It's about culture and it's about influence. We still have a few 5 stars and we still have a few stars that are left out there that are still trying to make their decision, that are still trying to milk the system. This GQ thing could really be a good thing for us. I'm just saying, because every time you got to make your case every single time. And every time they're talking about you, you may want to be at a place where people are talking about. It can increase your chances and it can also increase the opportunities that you may have. I'm just making my case. Coach is going to keep making his case. He's moving culture. There's development that has to happen. So it's not just about football. These kids are in school. We have to make sure that 90 percentile GPA that they have to maintain, you got to keep that number high or the team is not going to be in good shape. You got to stay in good standing. You don't want to be suspended. Suspended teams don't do nothing. So coach is not just flashy. There's a quote that says, if you are a leader and nobody's following you, you are not a leader. You're just taking a walk. That's just as simple as that. Have a nice walk. But take a look at this guy, what's happening. This one is not on me. I haven't done the research. I don't really know. I got this one from the comments that the long snapper from Jackson State is leaving Jackson State. He does not have a commitment for a scholarship, but he said, you know what, coach? I respect you and I want to be part of what you're doing over here. I know you don't have the room for a scholarship right now. I'm coming over anyway without a scholarship and I'm going to work my way up. So tell me if this is not somebody who has leadership qualities. Just look at it, because if you stunk as a leader, nobody will want to be around you. When you leave, everybody will celebrate you leaving. Thank goodness you left. Coach Prime, his leadership, his ability to invest, his ability to move culture, his ability to inspire people, the things that he invests in other people, it's indicative of how many people are trying to be connected to him still after he left. How many bad leaders you know that people want to follow them when they're leaving? Guys, it's evident that this guy has the qualities that people like. It's evident that he does the best that he can to add value to each and every person's life that is around him. Do you know why we are number one? Here's something from Cooper Alexander. Humbled and grateful to receive an offer to play football at the University of Colorado. Had a great conversation with Tim Brewster and I'm excited for the opportunity. Can you see this, guys? The dude is on the cover of GQ. Come on, stop playing with me. Ain't nobody in that transfer portal doing better than us. Holla at your boy when you see him on the field this year. Everything that's happening, being number one, having kids committing to the university, even when somebody's not going to come to Colorado, even when they know they've already made their decision not to come here, not to come to Buff Nation, the logo is still on their page because they know the influence. So influence matters. For those of you out there thinking that influence doesn't matter, influence is what's driving this train. You got to have the influence. But guess what? It's not just the influence. You can hook people. You can do everything to hook people. But if you have no substance, if you have nothing to offer, that person's going to be gone. Okay? If you're throwing a party and you got the best graphic designer, the hottest flyer, you may be able to hook a lot of people to come to that party. But if they come and the party is a dud, they're leaving. I guarantee you they're leaving. When coach gets these people in his presence, something transformational happens. Their life changes forever. You're not hearing any stories like, is there anybody that's ever going to come out and say, nah, man, that dude, he ain't right? You would think, since coaches and everybody, since stuff happens all the time, right? This type of stuff happens. This is not the first time that this has happened where a coach left for the money or whatever. People's going to come out and talk. People will come out and give reports of how this person really is. I'm not seeing no reports coming from anywhere that's saying his character is not what he said he is. He is not the type of man that he says he is. He's the type of man that he says he is. The reason why we know that he's the type of man because we're not seeing these stories coming out. The only thing that we keep seeing people wanting to come with him. The long snapper saying, I don't care if I have a scholarship or not, I'm just going to walk onto the team. That is indicative of his character. That is indicative of his reach and his influence. So if you don't think that influence matters, look at everything that's happening. You have to understand that if it's a bad leader, that person would not demand no respect from anybody, but everybody's coming with him. When he asked somebody to come, he said, listen, man, I'm going to need you. Can you come on over? That person can decide, no, I'm not coming. I'm good. I'm cooling. I'm over here. So think about it. Influence matters. The dude is moving culture. If this train, if this thing was fake, if this thing was not real, by now, we would have figured it out. By now, people would have saw behind the curtain. It's like you keep trying to look behind the curtain to see if this is really real and nothing's coming out really bad and you like, maybe this is real. This is real. I told y'all in a video, I told y'all that there's no way that you're supposed to be recruiting this high, being number one on the transfer chart, being number one in anybody's chart. I don't care what chart it is. You're not supposed to be number 2, number 3, or number 4. You're supposed to be at the bottom of that chart when you lay an egg. You're not supposed to be in top 5, let alone number 1 in any category. And that's due to the influence. That's due to the fact that something's going on and they get it. It's not just about like the X's and the O's. It's also about you thinking where you're going to end up. If a lot of these kids are understanding that their next step is to position themselves to get a bigger bag. If that's the case, then you want to position yourself. You want to be in a place where somebody appreciates your talent and is willing to display that talent to give you enough noise to maximize somewhere else. That's another thing to think about also. Jace Feely is coming from a backup position. Now everybody's talking about him. So his star is going up. Every single time somebody comes over here and we highlight that person, we are all helping to make that case. This person is coming from nowhere and all of a sudden they're trending. It's all part of the game. We got a lot more information coming, guys, but congratulations to Coach Prime being on the cover of GQ magazine and being inducted into the Hall of Fame. We know it's not a football move, but essentially it's a football move because at the end of the day, that influence is going to help a lot because we still got people coming down that pipeline and we want to make sure that we got the best roster going into the season. It's your man's Harry B with TLP Sports Club. Rah.